Good evening and welcome to the January Parent Tech Cafe. Thank you for taking the time to join this webinar where we will share information about school choice and device distribution and care. Thank you again for joining us. Welcome and Happy New Year. Let's take a moment to review our session etiquette. To maximize this webinar, it is best to log in using a laptop or a computer. Please make sure your microphone is muted and remains on mute for this entire webinar. If you have any questions, please type them into the Q&A section. The Q&A section is being monitored by members of the instructional technology team. Please note that this webinar is being recorded and the recording will be added to our Parent Tech Cafe YouTube channel. Please take a moment to sign in for tonight's session. You may use the link on the screen to sign in. Sorry, it's not on this screen. But the link will be shared in our chat for you to sign in. Here is our sign in. You may use that link to sign in, or you may scan the QR code. Live captions is available for all attendees. Attendees may enable live captions and subtitles in the language of your preference. To enable your live caption, first, click on the gear icon located in the bottom right corner of your screen. From there, you can select the captions subtitles option. From the captions subtitles option, you can then select the language you prefer. At this time, please feel free to enable your captions. Our webinar outcomes. By the end of this session, participants will learn about the school choice enrollment process, and also you'll learn more about our family engagement opportunities. And you will also learn the expectations of the DCSD device distribution, care, and collection throughout the school year. This evening, we will begin our session with information on DCSD's school choice, and it will be followed by Title I Parent Resource Center. I will now turn it over to Ms. Demetrius Jennings Ingram, and she will share vital information about school choice. And this will be followed by Dr. Annette Ford, and she will share information about family engagement. Ms. Ingram?
Good evening. Good evening. Thank you for having school choice a part of Parent Tech Cafe this evening. So at the present time, the school choice department is in full swing of our 2024-2025 open enrollment. It began on January 5th and the window will close on February 9th. Again, parents, the on-time window to apply for school choice will close at the close of the day on February 9th. And before we go to the next slide, I want to just share what is school choice for parents who are not familiar. School choice allows students or provides the opportunities for students to attend schools outside of their home attendance area school. It is a lottery-based process. Here we have our go-to. This is the the front page of the school choice app website. Our website has a plethora of information. It has information on what are the programs that we offer, how to apply, the description of the programs, eligibility of the programs, whether or not transportation is provided, whether or not there's sibling priorities, and so much more. We also have on our forms and brochures page, we have brochures for each of the schools that have programs, have school choice programs within the schools. We also have forms and brochures for additional applications that are required for some of our programs. Our FAQ page has more information than anyone could probably ask, but on here are the frequently most asked questions and the answers to those questions. I like to call our page the Bible of school choice. The programs. We have elementary, middle, and high programs. For elementary school programs, we have Coralwood, which allows for students who are aged 3 through 5 to apply. Students stay at Coralwood through first grade, and after first grade, they transition to Hawthorne Elementary School. And again, students can begin Coralwood at age 3. The next program is the Dual Language Immersion program. Dual Language Immersion teaches students 50% in English and 50% in a foreign language, such as Spanish, French, or German. Montessori programs for elementary, international baccalaureate programs. Our international baccalaureate schools, elementary schools are full school programs. McNair Discovery Learning. High Achiever Magnet begins in the 4th grade of elementary. We have 2 elementary/middle schools that have High Achiever Magnet, and that is Kittredge High Achiever Magnet School and Wadsworth High Achiever Magnet School. Though High Achiever Magnet programs do require a 3.8 GPA and 75 percentile or higher on the MAP assessment. And again, the entry level is 4th grade. So parents, you could begin applying in 3rd grade for the program. Special Interest Magnet, we have several Special Interest Magnet programs, and the minimum requirement is a 3.0 GPA. Then we have our theme schools. We have 7 theme schools throughout the district, and the theme schools were originally formed to alleviate overcrowdedness throughout the district. And then we also have House Bill 251 and Senate Bill 10, which are both bills formulated by the state. These are our high school programs. For middle school, as you can see, the programs list is shorter for middle school than it is for elementary. Many of our programs, once you enter them in elementary, students are able to matriculate through the middle school. However, some of them, they do not. They do have to reapply for middle school programs. We have High Achiever Magnet. Again, that began at 4th grade. Kittredge, if a student is at Kittredge, for middle school, after Kittredge is 4 through 6. For 7th and 8th grade, these students attend Chamblee Middle School. And students at Wadsworth is a 4th through 8th grade school. After 8th grade, those students matriculate up to Southwest DeKalb. And in middle school, we also have an additional middle school, and that's Chapel Hill Middle School. Chapel Hill Middle School also has a High Achiever Magnet program that matriculates up to Southwest DeKalb High School. And of course, we have our special interest magnet programs in various schools such as Columbia Middle School. We also have our one and only theme middle program, and that is Champion Theme School. 100% of the students at Champion Middle School have applied for the lottery. And we also have a host of House Bill 251 schools and Senate Bill 10. And then, of course, we have our high school programs. One of our high school programs is Arabia Mountain High School. Arabia Mountain High School has 2 entry points. Students can enter Arabia Mountain High School through the Career Pathways program or through a Special Interest Magnet. And the Special Interest Magnet program focuses on STEM, science and STEM programs, and students must complete an additional application in order to apply for that. And that application is on our website, and it is a video submission of students answering questions about STEM. We also have our International Baccalaureate Preparatory Program in 9th and 10th grade. There's very unique thing about the IB programs. IB from elementary to middle have a continuous matriculation. However, to attend a IB high school, students must complete an additional application. They must have a 3.0 GPA. They must be able to demonstrate that they are capable of performing in very rigorous environments. And so there is an additional application that is on our website under forms and brochures that accompanies the application for IB high school. In the 9th and 10th grade, they are preparing for the full program for the diploma program. For IB, it is extremely rigorous. These students take most of their regular high school courses between their 9th and 10th grade year. Beginning in the 11th grade year, they are taking 100% IB classes. So most of their classes up through 11th grade must be completed by the end of the 10th grade year in order to be eligible for the IB diploma program. At Tucker High School, we have an additional program in addition to the diploma program, and Tucker is the only school with this program. The other 2 schools are Druid Hills High School and Martin Luther King High School. Tucker has a career-related program that students can opt for as well, and it will focus more on international careers. Of course, we have our special interest magnet programs, such as the DeKalb School of the Arts. We have math, science, and technology at Columbia High School. And then we have the special interest program at Arabia Mountain. And in each category, we always have a list of schools for House Bill 251 and Senate Bill 10. So with all of that information, where do parents apply? On our website. Between January 5th and February 9th. When parents go to the website, you will see a button for sign in and apply now. And it will take you to our vendor website in which you will create a login and begin your application. May I apply for more than one school choice programs? Parents, you absolutely may apply for as many programs as your child or children are eligible for. Again, the eligibility requirements are on our website. So we encourage you to visit our website to learn about the published eligibility criteria. But you can apply for as many programs as you are eligible to apply for. How are students selected to participate in a school choice program? It is a random lottery, a random automated lottery. The only programs where it is not necessarily random lottery, that is DeKalb Elementary School of the Arts, grades 4 through 8, And the reason being is that it has an audition that is required. Students must audition in the arts. The same for DeKalb School of Arts, which is 9th through 12th grade, have auditions as well. So these are not random lottery. Arabia Mountain Magnet. Remember, I stated that you must complete the interview in order to be considered for a placement in the magnet program at Arabia Mountain and the high school IB programs that I just mentioned before. These are the only programs that are not lottery based. With that being said, I will dispel the myth. It is not first come, first serve. Many parents think if I didn't apply on the first day, I have lessened my chances of my child being able to attend the school and or program that I would like for them to be a part of. That is untrue. It is not first come, first serve. It truly is a lottery. When is the school choice program lotteries held? The lotteries are held at the end of March, and notifications will go out on March 29th after 5 p.m. How will parents be notified? On March 29th, sometime after 5 p.m., an email will be sent to the parents from the application vendor, Scribbles. Our application vendor is Scribbles. Parents can also go back into their application dashboard, and they will see there if they have been accepted or waitlisted for the programs that they have applied for. What do I need to do on March 29th? On March 29th, you need to sit at the edge of your seats waiting for that email that will appear sometime after 5 p.m. and or check the Scribbles Family Dashboard. This is the application dashboard. For the email, parents are looking for an email from ScribSoft at DeKalb. That email, you're looking for it to say, congratulations, you have been selected, or you have been waitlisted. If the letter says, congratulations, your student has been selected to attend XYZ school for XYZ program, you are to make a determination if you want to accept your seat or not. To accept the seat, parents will do this in the family dashboard. You don't have to call the office. You don't have to call the school. You want to accept the seat in your family dashboard. After that, please, 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 please read that congratulations letter for all of the details on the steps that must be followed. For students who are currently enrolled in a DeKalb County School District school, you are done after accepting the seat. There is nothing else for parents to do of current students. At that point, you are done. The receiving school will receive your child's name on a report that they will run daily. If the student is new to the district and is not currently enrolled in a DCSD school, they must complete the online registration process on the district's website. And then also check the school's website for additional information. Many of our schools, our school choice schools, have set aside nights where they invite parents to come into the school and complete various forms and just to maybe take a tour of the school and so forth. So you want to make sure that you don't miss those opportunities. But the most important thing to do is to accept the seat on the family dashboard. The deadline, don't miss it. Don't miss accepting your seat. April 15th is the deadline to accept seats given on March 29th. March 29th is the Friday before spring break. We know that families are traveling, they're taking a break. They may or may not be checking email, or they may be because they're sitting at the edge of their seats. But just in case the families are not checking their email, we give them additional time. So there's 2 weeks to accept the seat, or maybe you're just not sure that the first seat that you received is the seat that you want to take. So you have to make a decision by April 15th. If the decision is not made by April 15th, the seat will be given to the next student in line, and that is the next person on the wait list. After March 29th, after April 15th, if a seat is given at any time after April 15th, there is a 5-day window to accept the seat. This information will be indicated in the letter at any given time when an acceptance is made. How does the wait list work? So on March 29th or any other time, on March 29th, I receive a letter that states that my child has been waitlisted. So in actuality, your child, if you apply to more than one program, there's a chance, because this is lottery, right? It's a chance that you may receive an acceptance to one or more seats. And there's also a chance that you may be waitlisted for one or more seats. The wait list moves as applicants decline their seats. When applicants receive seats and they decline them, or it's auto declined because they did not act on it, those seats are given to the next applicants in line on the wait list. The wait list continues to move throughout the summer. What if I miss this opportunity? And of course, no one on this who's listening to this webinar will miss it. But what if a parent misses the opportunity to apply before February 9th, whether they are new to the district, just found out the information late, or right now they're comfortable where they are and they have no desire to move, and then sometime after February 9th, they wish that they had applied for school choice? There is an error on this slide, and it is that beginning April 1st, not April 15th, beginning April 1st, we will begin accepting late applications. And late applications are accepted through August 23rd. Again, although the lottery has taken place, there's continuous movement throughout the summer because so many things happen. Families move, families decline seats. So many things can occur over the summer that causes the wait list to move and the need for additional students. And that comes through our late applications. So again, late applications are accepted April 1st through August 23rd. That is the last date for us to receive late applications. Our drop dead date of providing seats for programs in schools is August 30th of each year. So the last date to apply in a late application is August 23rd. That's a Friday. And the very next Friday is the last date for us to provide a seat. On August 30th, all wait lists and late applications are nulled. At that point, parents who want to participate or want to have their children participate in a school choice program will have to wait till next year's lottery open enrollment window. At that point, we encourage parents to begin watching our website as we begin turning the website over with new dates beginning in September and October. We begin providing those new dates for the next year's open enrollment period that always begins the first Friday in January. So, what if you have questions? Who do you call? You can call the school choice office. We have a staff waiting to accept phone calls and answer as many questions as they can. Our number is 678-676-0035 or 0050. We can always be emailed. A lot of times email questions or processes are the best because it allows for us to be a little bit more thorough. And then also we have tech support. If a parent is completing their application and they run into problems, Some of the common things that we found is student ID not pulling up, or maybe an address. Let's say you move to a new construction address. Some of those addresses may or may not be in the system, and then it may cause a slight error. And so on the application, while the parent is completing the application, there is a message at the bottom that says for tech support, email help@scriptsoft.com, and the vendor has a team of help desk personnel who are waiting to answer questions. It also has our phone number listed there, 678-676-0035, so that parents will have that number as well. If parents have questions about particular schools or programs, please call the schools directly. If there's questions about transportation, you can look on our website to see if transportation is provided. Many of our programs do not provide transportation. I'll say that again. Many of the programs do not provide transportation. The only ones that do provide transportation are Theme and Higher Achiever Magnet and some of our special interest magnet programs. All other programs for school choice, parents do have to provide their own transportation. And I believe that concludes the school choice presentation. Thank you again for having us.
Thank you so very much, Ms. Ingram, for sharing that information on school choice. Wonderful. Now we will turn it over to Ms. Ford, and she will share information about our Title I Parent and Family Engagement.
Hello, but prior to me talking about our Title I Parent Resource Centers, we do have one question for you, Mrs. Ingram, and that is, do I need to reapply in school choice if my child is already in a school through school choice?
Awesome question. Thank you for bringing that question to the table. When given a seat through school choice, the letter will indicate that the seat is given through the highest grade level of the school. It is not necessary for parents to apply each year. Some of our programs do matriculate on from elementary, middle, and on up to high school. So parents, I encourage you to keep up with your letter so that when your child gets the 5th or 8th grade, you have that letter and you can refer back to it so that you know whether or not you need to apply for the next bandwidth of grades for middle school or for high school, but not to continue in the same school. You do not have to reapply to continue in the same school.
Thank you so much for that response, because that provided an opportunity for our stakeholders to look at this slide over and over again. And that is our Title I Parent and Family Engagement Resource Centers. We have 6 of them currently throughout the district, and you can see that it's at middle schools, it's at a high school, and it's at an elementary school. These parent resource centers provide parents of students of our Title I funded schools an opportunity to utilize the resources there. So what would you see at a parent resource center? Well, we have computers with internet access for parents. Parents get an opportunity to print things out. So if you need access to a computer to complete your school choice application, please visit one of our Title I Parent Resource Centers. We also have supplemental academic resources for parents to support learning at home with their student. And so when the time comes, please visit one of our parent resource centers that are near you. The Parent Center facilitator will be more than happy to support you and answer any questions that you may have. I have provided for you not only our names, but also our phone number as well, because part of the time we're also out visiting schools as well, and we want to make ourselves available to you when you can come to the Parent Center.
Wonderful. Thank you so very much, Ms. Ford, for sharing information on our various locations for our Family Engagement Center, parent centers. Please, parents, make use of this great resource. It is available to all of our stakeholders. So please make use of that. Thank you very much. Now, at this time, we're going to change it up a little bit. We've talked about school choice, and we've also talked about our resources available for our parents. And now we want to talk a little bit about our district devices. At each school throughout the district, we have individuals that ensure district devices are accessible to all students. Device distribution coordinators support their school with the management of our one-to-one devices. This evening, Ms. Jaslyn Coxton which is one of our coordinators, will share some information about district devices. Again, please feel free to add your questions to the Q&A, and we have individuals that will assist with the answers to our questions. So if you have any questions at this time, please feel free to add your questions to our Q&A. And at this time, I will turn it over to Ms. Coxton to talk about our district devices.
Greetings, everyone. As one of DeKalb County's device coordinators, there are several of us throughout the district. Thank you for being here this evening. It is our hope that at the end of this session that you will better understand the device distribution process, that you will learn the expectations of DeKalb County School District device care throughout the school year, as well as learn the process and purpose of device audits and the collection process. So I'll start with device distribution. At the beginning of every school year, each student will receive a Chromebook. Every school is different in when they will start the process. A lot of times it has to do with the number of students that are in each building. For instance, if a school has 1,700 students, that time frame as far as students receiving the device may look a little different from a school that has 800 students. But rest assured, every student will receive a device. It's the same thing with hotspots. Hotspots are usually issued a little bit a couple of weeks after school starts because we have to receive forms and we have to get a feel for the students that do not have home internet connection. There's a separate form that has a survey that has to be filled out for those students, just as proof that they actually do not have home internet connectivity. For both of those, for a Chromebook and a hotspot, an agreement form must be signed by both the parent and the guardian before a device leaves the building. The way that this usually works is during the distribution process, the student hands in the form and then they receive the device. It is at the discretion of administration whether a Chromebook can leave the building. It can be for disciplinary offenses. It can also be if your student or your child did not return their device to their previous school. Devices are not to be issued to students to leave the building if they have not turned in their previous devices from previous schools. This can be seen in Infinite Campus, which parents, you all have access to. And students who arrive after the original distribution period will still receive a device, but they still have to follow the same procedure as the original distribution period. The website on the previous slide is where the agreement forms can be found. You can also request a hard copy at the school, but by going to this website, there is the agreement form that can be filled out online prior to which if it has been filled out online, the parent or student can let us know and we can easily look that up in our system to see the form. DeKalb County School District device care and expectations. Okay. Damage and loss of devices. If a device is damaged, lost, or stolen during the time that it is issued to the student, whether it's intentionally or due to negligence, the student and the student's parent or guardian will be responsible for paying the fines outlined in the student agreement document. The same thing for negligence. The district administration will determine the course of action, including full replacement of the Chromebook, which is up to $454.23 if a device has been damaged multiple times in the same school year. Now, it's up to administration, even if the student has not damaged, let's say, a Chromebook or a hotspot multiple times. It could be that the student damaged another student's Chromebook. It is up to administration whether that student and parent and guardian have to pay for that device. Even if it's just that one time, it is to the discretion of administration. Responsible device use, which includes district policy and operating guidelines. All users of district-issued devices must follow the expectations outlined in district policy and operating guidelines. The student discipline and student code of conduct, they're very strict on it. It's strictly enforced, and failure to follow these expectations will lead to student disciplinary consequences. All district policies can be found on the DeKalb County School System's official website. Privacy. What is private and what is not private? What is private is, let's just say you have a hotspot in your home. You are eligible to receive a hotspot. DeKalb County School District will not monitor your personal devices at your home, anything that's personal in your home. What is not private is anything that belongs to DeKalb County School District. On the bottom of each Chromebook, on the hotspot devices, it actually has labels that states that this is property of DeKalb County School System. Everything that has that label on it, DeKalb County can trace, they can track, they have the authority to look into, which is why it's very, very important that students are not using the device for anything that is not educational. Looking at inappropriate material, including pornographic material, weapons, playing inappropriate games will result in the device being taken away. They will receive a Title I device that is only supposed to be used in school, and they will not be allowed to leave the building with another device. It can also result in expulsion from school. Fines for device damage, loss, or theft, and also optional insurance. So right now, as I stated before, the fine for a Chromebook is $454.23. And the cost for the hotspot goes from $42 all the way to $159. It depends on what type of hotspot that your student has been issued. As far as loss, I repeat this over and over and over again. If your child comes home and says, "Hey, someone stole my my Chromebook," or "I lost my Chromebook," immediately, whether it's the same day or the next day, make a statement. Write a statement, and administration will review the statement. They can do an investigation. If it was stolen, a police report can be done, and there's a good chance that if it's found that the device was actually stolen, that the student can receive another device at no charge. However, again, that is up to administration, because there's also the option of insurance. DeKalb County has gone with 2 insurance companies, School Device Coverage and SmartTech, which at the end of the slide, there will be a website that you can go to. But those are 2 insurance companies. Both are the same price, $19, and that is an annual fee, a one-time fee, $19. It covers damage, loss, theft. I mean, the Chromebook or hotspot can fly off the top of a car, and it has unlimited claims on it. So your child can lose, damage, hopefully not, their device 3 times, and that $19 will cover that device. Again, it's not mandatory, but it's $19, and it beats paying $454.23. Audits and device collection. What is the purpose of conducting an audit? So the purpose of conducting an audit, so we have 1 to 2 audits that are mandatory each school year, and that's from DeKalb County School District. The purpose of the audit is to determine how many devices we have in our building or in a building compared to what's actually supposed to be in a building. Because let's be honest, devices get lost. Like I just said, they are stolen, they're damaged. We have devices that go into repair. So it's to keep track of, again, what's in the building and to be able to compare numbers. How many damaged devices, you know, are we getting? And so it's just to keep track of the numbers, where improvements can be made. Although those are the 1 to 2 times per school year that it's mandatory, there are, depending on the device coordinator may want to do their own audit just to keep track of, you know, things, especially depending on the number of students that they have within their building. Some schools have 1,700 students, so they may feel the need to do more than 1 to 2 audits just to have a peace of mind and to keep track of the devices. Also, it gives device coordinators and administration the chance to see where improvements can be made. A lot of times students mistakenly swap or get their Chromebooks mixed up. And during that audit, we find, oh, Johnny has Emily's Chromebook. You know, so we're not waiting until the device collection process to figure out, you know, that these Chromebooks, you know, are mixed up. Also, if a device has been misplaced, sometimes a student will go months without saying that they don't have a Chromebook. So those audits just kind of keep us on our toes and allow us to see where improvements can be made with the devices, and to just reiterate to the students how important it is that they keep up with their devices. The device coordinator will scan each student device, including other required devices within the school. So what generally happens is the device coordinator, depending on the number of students, will, you know, have other staff members on their team and will go around to each classroom and scan the bottom of the device. And, you know, they're looking at damages, you know, sometimes to determine whether the student should even, you know, have the Chromebook. If the screen is cracked, you know, like beyond repair, and the student is still carrying, you know, the Chromebook around like nothing has ever happened. So the audit, it covers a lot of bases, again, before we get to the device collection process, and just keeps things in order as the school year goes on. The device collection process. When is device collection? So much like the distribution process, the device coordinator will get a team of people, and again, depending on the size of the school, will determine when the collection process starts. Now, at the end of the school year, there is, you know, testing, so that you have to be mindful about that, because the students have to have a device for testing. So you can't start too early, and then you also can't start too late. So from school to school, those times will vary. Every school is not going to start on the exact same date. And again, that's up to the discretion of administration and the device coordinator. How do you prepare for the process? Parents and guardians you can ensure that your child is bringing their Chromebook and their charger, and if they have a hotspot, that they are bringing it during the device collection window, that they're bringing it every single day. Bringing the Chromebook one day, bringing the charger one day, and then bringing a hotspot another day is just a lot of moving parts. So making sure that your child is leaving the house and bringing those devices to the collection during the collection window is very, very helpful, and it makes the device collection process move a lot smoother. Devices will be scanned and inspected for damage. So once that student walks up, we're looking at the device for missing keys, cracked screen, and then that will determine if the student is clear or if a fine may be assessed, or whatever needs to happen, depending on what it is. You know, if it's 2 keys missing, DeKalb County is covers, you know, minor things like that with the Chromebook, but shattered screens and those things like that can cause flags to be placed on their Infinite Campus account, which means that in order for them to graduate, that fine has to be paid. Some schools, again, is left up to administration and device coordinators, can ask for the fine to be paid upfront before the student can receive another device that is to leave the building, and that can carry on with them to the next school year. Next slide, please. So this is the website. If you have any, the website is very, very easy to navigate. Again, there's a hard copy, well, there's a link where you can print out the agreement forms, even though you can get them from the school. And if you would like to do it online, it can be filled out online. And if it's filled out online, all the student has to do is say, you know, my parent, guardian, they filled it out online, and we have access, have a way of looking that up online. And then with the hotspot, not every single school right now is issuing hotspots. That is something that we are diligently working on as far as hotspots. But hopefully by next year, that's something that we will, that every school will have access to. And that concludes device distribution and collection.
Thank you very much, Ms. Coxton, one of our very able and willing and dedicated device distribution coordinators. Parents, if you have any questions related to device distribution, please feel free to place those questions in the Q&A section. Utilize Q&A and you can place your questions in the Q&A. And please note that in every building, we have device distribution coordinators that are willing to assist you and answer any questions. If you have questions about fines, devices, damaged devices, the device distribution coordinators are available to submit help desk tickets for damaged devices and also for lost and stolen devices. So please contact those individuals as soon as possible if you have a device that is missing, if it's stolen, or if it has been damaged. Again, thank you, Ms. Coxton. Thank you, Ms. Ford. Thank you, Ms. Ingram, for the wonderful information that you have shared this evening with our parents. We truly appreciate all that you do for the DeKalb County School District stakeholders. So parents, have you enrolled in the Parent Canvas course? That Canvas course is still available for all parents to become enrolled. So please use the link, or you may scan the QR code to access the Parent Canvas course. And this will give you an opportunity to learn about our school district's learning management system. So please, at this time, please scan the QR code so you can enroll in that Parent Canvas course. Very great resource for our parents and allows you to be familiar with what our students are using daily. We would love to hear from you. So please use the link or use the QR code. I'm sorry, there's no QR code on this screen. Please use the link that is provided within this for the sign in. And there's also a feedback option. And we would love to get your feedback on tonight's session. Let us know how we can improve. Let us know what information you found informative that you would love to share with others. Please provide your feedback on the feedback form. And this also allows you to sign in. If you came in after the sign-in was shared, this allows you to also sign in for tonight's session. Now, to access the recording for this session, please visit the DCSD YouTube channel, or you may also visit the DCSD Instructional Technology Tech Cafe website. The link has been provided for you. So please utilize the link, and you may go back and see all of the previous recordings for our parent tech cafes. It is located on our YouTube channel and also on the Tech Cafe website. I do see a question in the chat regarding in our Q&A regarding fines. If you see fines, please contact your school administrator, who will then get in contact with the device distribution coordinators, and they will manage that at your school. That will be done at the school. If you need to make a payment, that will also need to be done at the school. So please contact your school administrator or the device distribution coordinator for your school. At this time, we will pause for any other questions. Great resources. There are links that have been shared. The school choice website has an FAQ. So questions that you may have, the FAQ will more than likely probably have the answer to those questions, and also the link to our Digital Dreamers device website that will also have answers to some of the questions you may have. But at this time, we'll wait a minute or two. If you have any questions, please place those questions in the chat. And while you're doing that, I will go ahead and just tell you about our upcoming tech cafes. So next month, in the month of February, we will have our test taking tips for online assessments. As you know, the Georgia milestone is coming up soon. It will be in April. So in February, we will have our test taking tips and tell you more about the Georgia milestone experience, which will allow students to prepare for the upcoming state test. In April, we will have annual verification in Infinite Campus. That will be our topic for our April Tech Cafe. And in May, we will end off the year with our Tech Kindergarten Readiness. So we want to get our upcoming kindergarten students ready for kindergarten, and anyone can pretty much join. We would love for everyone to just share, let your neighbors, let your friends know, so they can all join for our upcoming sessions. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. We hope that the information that has been shared is beneficial to you as you continue to support your child within the DeKalb County School District. We will see you again next month, and please be on the lookout for information and the meeting link for our February meeting. Thank you again for joining us, and have a wonderful evening.